Please remain standing. I'm going to call up Miss Brianna Presley. She's the cousin of graduate Lenny Wincoop and also graduate Sandy Sanchez to sing the national anthem for us.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Brianna and Sandy. Everyone, please be seated. Next up, we'll have the invocation by graduate Stephanie White.
If we all could just bow our heads. Lord, as we gather together, we praise you for this day and your purpose for it. All our time in school is coming to an end, and I want to thank you for the experience and how far you have brought us here. We are so grateful for your unfailing love. Thank you for your guidance and protection since day one. Even though the challenge was a massive one, you faithfully saw us through it all. We ask for your hands to be upon us as we celebrate this grand milestone. Empower us all to walk into the future with faith, hope, and love, guided by your word. Amen.
Thank you, Stephanie. Next up, I'd like to welcome up our college president, Dr. John Gossett. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you, Director. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, staff, and students of Asheville-Buncombe Technical Community College, I bring you welcome and thank you for being here to support our cadets. I have to tell a personal story real quick. One of these cadets, who will remain nameless because it'll embarrass us both, last time I saw was just a small child, and now she's a grown woman who will protect us. Nothing makes a man feel older than seeing a child become an adult. But nothing makes a man feel prouder than seeing a child grow to become an adult. Thank you, cadets, for your dedication into this industry. AD Tech is proud to support you, to support the agencies of which you are about to enter. Men and women who support those agencies, thank you for your support. We appreciate the work you do in our communities to help us be a safer place. So again, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gossett. Graduates, please rise. Please face the audience. And please recite the law enforcement code of ethics.
As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the community, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied from examples of all, and will behave in a manner that does not bring discredit to me or to my agency. I will maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. Honest in thought and deed, both in my personal and official life, I will be exemplary in obeying the law and regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature, or that is confided to me in my official capacity, will be kept ever secret unless revelation is necessary for performance of my duty. I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudices, political beliefs, aspirations, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime and relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as a public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of police service. I will never engage in acts of corruption or bribery, nor will I condone such acts by other police officers. I will cooperate with all legally authorized agencies and their representatives in pursuit of justice. I know that I alone am responsible for my own standard of professional performance, and will take every reasonable opportunity to enhance and improve my level of knowledge and competence. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement.
Thank you, graduates. Please be seated. These folks get introduced to the Code of Ethics on day one. And then in ethics class, they get reintroduced to it. And throughout the entire class, they have to recite this every afternoon after lunch. Because it is going to be a guide for them as they go into this profession. Good morning, everybody. My name is Daryl Fisher, and I am the Director for Law Enforcement Training here at AB Tech. I'm a career law enforcement officer, and I had to add this up this morning. I've got almost 40 years of experience in law enforcement and instruction. I thought it was around 30 until I stopped counting this morning. Thank you, Dave Norman. The bulk of my career was spent with the Asheville Police Department, where I was credited with 25 years of service. I retired from APD in May of 2012. Some days it seems like yesterday, some days it seems like forever ago. I also have additional service at the Buncombe County Sheriff's Office, Haywood County Sheriff's Office, and the UNC Asheville Police Department. While working full-time as an officer at APD, I had the opportunity to go back to college. I was able to earn my associate degree, bachelor's degree, and master's degree. Again, all while working full-time. I say all that to say to these graduates, education combined with training and experience is going to be your golden ticket to success in this business. I urge you, once you start working, that you start looking for all the training that you can get in order to become a better law enforcement officer. So don't stop with just this. Continue your education, training experience. It's my honor and privilege to have each of you here today at AB Tech to support these graduates. We are here to recognize the spring class of the 2024 graduates of AB Tech's version of Basic Law Enforcement Training, better known as BLET. This class is designated as 0124 because they started in January of this year. BLET would not happen without the support and assistance of several people in our community. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing as I recognize you and your agencies. Our college president, Dr. John Gossett. Vice President of Instructional Services, Dr. Beth Stewart. The Dean of our Emergency Services Division, Mr. Clint Gorman. our chairperson of the criminal justice curriculum, Ms. Sarah Benson. My deputy director, Jeff Aubrey. Our BLET administrative assistant, Rachel Fields. Chief Mike Lamb and staff from the Asheville Police Department. Major Don Eberhard and personnel from the Oklahoma Sheriff's Office. Chief Lodell, Old Fort Police Department. Chief Parker, Black Mountain PD. Chief Bover, Mackey Valley PD. Assistant Chief Scott Early, AV Tech Police. We've got some staff from Asheville Fire here to also come. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for this evening. If you are an instructor for this particular academy, please stand. Look at all the brass on the collars of these folks that teach in our curriculum. I've got to brag and say I think we have the best instructional staff anywhere in the state. And last, but certainly the most important people in the room, well, maybe the second most important, are the family and loved ones of our graduates. If you folks will please rise. Give your family and friends a big hand. Thank you. Please be seated. It's been the family and loved ones that have held the homes together while these folks were in class. They spent many 12-hour days in class, and I know that those were long. They also spent many Saturdays. This was the longest academy that we've had at AV Tech, and I'll tell you why shortly. You may be asking yourself, what's this BLET thing I've heard about for almost 6 months now? It is a training program designed to prepare entry-level officer candidates, give them the skills that they need to become certified law enforcement officers in North Carolina. You have to go through BLET before you can be a law enforcement in the state of North Carolina. Under the current, what is called the state legacy BLET, the requirements are 640 hours. Well, that's a low number compared to what these folks did. All this is going to change in January because the state is going to go to a new and improved program. We at AV Tech was part of the pilot of this new BLET program. I think Dean Gorman said it best. We're flying the plane as we build it. But we learned a lot, the state learned a lot, and I think it's going to make our program better. The new pilot program requires 880 hours of instruction. Remember I said a minute ago 640? 640 to 880. Well, this particular class, class 0104, attended 944 hours of total training. It included 40 hours of extra instruction, lots of testing, state exam review. This equates to almost 22 weeks of total instruction. The average college semester is only 16. Topics of study for this group included arrest, search, and seizure with constitutional law, firearms, driver's training, criminal law. Oh, by the way, I'm still picking up cones. Y'all kicked them. Patrol techniques. We also added hours to our program of VistaLAR, which is a de-escalation communication tool. Emotional intelligence, which teaches the cadets what triggers their anger and how to control that anger in order to de-escalate situations. Cultural diversity, which includes recognizing bias and how to respond to different cultures that are living in our community. After each block of instruction, a written test for competency is provided by the state via computer access. We had a lot of computer glitches at first. Hopefully we got those worked out for the next class. I'll let you know. Several blocks incorporated practical exercises as well as ethical dilemmas as part of the training process. Each cadet must satisfactorily pass all practical exercises, all tests, and they must pass a physical fitness test called the Police Officer Physical Agility Test, also known as POPAC. To assist in AB Tech's accreditation process, we also required these cadets to prepare writing assignments throughout the semester. These assignments included research and reporting on precedent setting and police operations changes in Supreme Court cases. Those cases included Terry v. Ohio, Miranda versus Arizona, and such. Grading of these assignments includes the content of the information, as well as spelling, grammar, punctuation, paragraph structure, and sentence structure. As if all of that was not enough, this class also had to take a 300-question final exam. And then after all that, they still had to take the state certification exam. That exam was timed at 4 hours. I can say to you, this class is only the second class since I've been at AB Tech since 2013 that had a 100% pass rate the first go around. And I know that they studied hard, because I watched them. If anyone thinks becoming a police officer is something that is easy to do, then I challenge you today. Get up out of your easy chair, come see me, and I'll get you started. In fact, to quote one of the graduates of this class, he asked me to relay this to the new cadets as they come in. BLET will challenge you mentally, physically, and emotionally more than anything you have ever done. But if you want it, put the work in, put the study time in, and you'll be just fine. I have to agree with that. Here at AB Tech, we pride ourselves in providing the most realistic training possible. For example, in domestic violence training, we solicit the assistance of community partners like Helpmate to serve as role players during the scenario training. Chief Mike Lamb utilizes patrol subject matter experts from several different agencies in our area in evaluating the cadet skills and patrol techniques. Special Agent Chris Campbell with the SBI and Sergeant Michael Thiem with the Butler County Sheriff's Office bring simulition training into traffic stops and rapid deployment. And now, ladies and gentlemen, each of these graduates deserve a round of applause for their accomplishment, because they made it. I have continuously relayed to these students that they must start developing their professional reputation day one. That started day one of BLET. Being a law enforcement officer in today's society is a difficult task. But the way to make a positive impact in the communities that we serve and make a positive impact in the organizations that we work is to begin the process of positive change from within. That is both within ourselves, yourselves, as well as within your organization. In the career of law enforcement, we're seeing a need to change our perception. It is no longer simply enforcing the law. Don't get me wrong, putting violators in jail is still a big part of the job and will continue to be a big part of the job. But we must incorporate more community relations and community engagement into our efforts, our actions, and our daily duties. Even when we do everything right, someone will question our actions or our motives. We need to continuously train, take whatever actions are reasonable based on the facts and circumstances that we're presented with, make split-second decisions, all this while keeping ourselves safe and keeping the public safe. In order to be great law enforcement officers that I know that each one of you will be, we cannot lay down on the job. We must be active. We must be proactive. And we must provide the services to our communities that they need and they deserve. It is now your responsibility and the responsibility of every sworn law enforcement officer in this room to figure out a way to get the job done legally, ethically, and more. Who better to make our profession better than each and every one of you? I'm counting on you. Everybody in this room is counting on you. It's now your time to go out and do the job that you trained for. My challenge to you, go make a difference. Go make a positive difference. Remember, it is your time. It's now my honor to introduce our guest speaker for the day. Our guest speaker is a native of Henderson County and has served with the Asheville Police Department since 2005. Beginning her journey on patrol, like all new officers,